we avoid any confrontation with the enemy, he'll forget his evil ways and learn to love us. All who oppose, all who oppose, forget his evil ways and learn to love us. All who oppose, all they say of them, they say we offer simple answers to complex problems. Well, perhaps there is a simple answer. Not an easy answer, but simple.
Well, hello there, YouTube. Chilling with Twisted 420 here once again. And I know I've been slacking on the videos, people, but I am back with some more statue awesomeness. And today we're taking a look at the Iron Studios Wolverine Weapon X. Now, initially I got this. I'd been looking at it for a while, and then I finally went and snagged it. I've been waiting on my XM Wolverine Weapon X, which is taking forever. So this is kind of here to tide me over. I don't know. I might sell it. I might keep it. I like some of Iron Studios stuff. We'll see how it goes. Now, I do still plan on doing a full collection room tour at some point coming up, but I'm waiting on a few more pieces, and then we can get it going. Now, this is a quarter scale piece, people, from Iron Studios. Big fan of their stuff. I have their Magneto diorama. They make great dioramas, in my opinion. Some of the painting things aren't, you know, top notch, but they make some stuff that other people don't, so they got that going for them. This guy was $5.99. I got this guy as a birthday present for myself a couple of weeks ago. And I gotta say, overall, for the most part, I'm pleasantly surprised. It's much bigger and heavier than I thought it would be. And I gotta tell you, these claws are super duper nice and dangerous. While shooting video for this, I gave myself a permanent scar on my hand. So if you get this guy, be careful while moving it around. Now, this is him busting out of his containment chamber. Everybody knows. One thing I will say, I like going for this one, is when I was a kid, back in around 92 or so, I had a Weapon X figure. And I remember playing with it, loving it, had all the ropes and stuff coming off of it. But the helmet was silver. The XM helmet is green. They took their own liberties there. But I like that they went with the comic book accurate silver on the helmet. Okay, just wanted to point that out first and foremost. But yeah, this is a huge piece, people. This is a huge piece, and you have a couple of different ways to display it. Right now, I got him sitting in here, and here later on in the review, I'm gonna pull him out, take him off this Lazy Susan, and show you where he's escaping, and this foot is actually laying flat on the surface. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this is a rather large piece, and the cool thing is they only made 300 of them. That's a pretty low edition size right there, people. Pretty low. But let's get into it. Let's start talking about it. We'll start with the base. Here's the bottom. This is number 122 of 300. Here's the two base pieces separated. You got a little slot right there, it slides in, and this guy connects between the two. And I gotta say, I like those little Wolverine slash marks up top there. That looks nice as well. But that's just to give you an idea of what you're working with. I think the base looks pretty good. Paint's not bad. It's got kind of an old rusted effect kind of going. It's not my favorite though. I'm not gonna lie. It's not my favorite paint. And this is really one of the things I dislike the most. These gauges over here, they're just painted on. They did a pretty good job on this screen being broken. They used some kind of clear resin, and that looks good. But these buttons and gauges, they are just, look at that. Those are not ideal. But the pipe work, some of this other stuff, the wires and cables that move around, not bad, not bad. Let's move around to the side. We got one little diagnostic screen right here for Mr. Weapon X. And then look at the paint here, guys. That is very, very sloppy, I must say. Not super impressed, but again, this is the budget Weapon X for me. So like I said, I still might sell it. Look at it, like some of these aren't even fully painted red. It's rough. It's a little rough. But it looks better. Like down in here, some of this is better. The paint's still a little sloppy. Just overall, the base is not. It's not a looker. I will say that. The base is not a looker. Some of the shading and shadowing and stuff, it's a little off. They did okay. The bends, a little bit of shadowing here, but it's just not the best. Now they did have a little bit of glass. I was impressed to see that the glass looks nice. Yeah, I think the glass looks nice. It looks nice. It is very sharp also. Be careful with that. But they got glass here, and then over here on the side. I think that came out pretty nice. That's a nice effect. Oh yeah, down here by his feet. Oh yeah, I don't have his foot necessarily. There's also some fitment. We'll talk about it in a second. Sometimes when you place him back in there, you can get his foot lined up. Sometimes it sits on the glass, but it's not a super big deal. But yeah, there's all the glass. Little Weapon X placard here. That has a little peg, goes in. I think this also pops off. Yeah, there wasn't many parts separate. There wasn't a whole lot of pieces to this, okay? All right, so we got everything in here. And another thing too, these plugs right down here where his feet go for the different configurations. When he's out of it, there's nothing to cover up that hole. And when he's right here, there's nothing to cover up that hole. Would have been nice if they had something in there to cover up that hole. All right, that's all I'm saying. Oh, let me turn my exposure down. We're way too bright. And now let's get to Mr. Wolvie himself. Oh yeah, this looks pretty nice too. It's not bad. Some of this isn't bad. It's all very big. But let's get to Wolvie, people. Let's get to Wolvie himself. I gotta say, the portrait looks good. Those teeth look better than my Hulk versus Wolverine from Sideshow, that's for sure. But I think it looks pretty good. I think they did a good job on the helmet. The paint looks better here than it does in most places, that's for sure. His hair looks nice coming out the back there. Now all over him, the paint app on the body overall to me just looks a little soft. They did some pretty decent work here with the vein. Got a little purplish veinage action right here on the bicep. But like right here in the hands, let me see if I can focus. Yeah, right here in the hands, they just kind of mushed together. There's not a lot of definition there. The hair effect's not bad. The hair effect's not bad. These little metal plugs where they had the hoses hooked up to them, they don't look bad. I know for a fact on the XM version, they're actually metal. These are sculpted and painted. But the hair doesn't look too bad on here throughout. They did a pretty decent job, I think. Again, you got some more of those painted on gauges and so forth. Not ideal, but I gotta say as far as the body, the sculpt on the body, the muscles and everything, the definition and the tone, it all looks pretty good. It all looks pretty good for the most part. This little wire moves around. Also connecting to this box. Go around to the back. Got a couple of more packs back there. But yeah, you got a few more wires running through there. But yeah, they did a pretty good separation on the shorts. I think there's only one spot around here. Yeah, up top that I had any bleed over issues, a little bit of run over. But not bad, not bad. As a whole, if you take back, this is not a close up like, you know, some XM pieces and Prime 1 pieces, you can get right up on them and see all the detail. This is more of a 2 or 3 footer if I'm being honest. But like I said, it's a lot of statue and base for the money. Now that I kind of showed you guys everything going on here with the sculpt and the base and all that good stuff, we're going to take it off this Lazy Susan and we'll put him in his other position and I'll show you guys that. All right, real quick, just so you guys get an idea of the move. Just like that. And then just like that. All right, people, and here is what I feel is the most ideal pose. It's the most dynamic, that's for sure. And if you got room for it, I say if you get this piece, this is the best way to display him. He's busting out of there, foot forward on the surface, ready to come at it. I think that's the best look. The way I got him set up right now on top of a Besta, he takes up pretty much the whole Besta in this configuration. So yeah, this is a pretty big piece, people. Pretty big piece. And as you can see, let me get over here. Yeah, there's a hole left there where his foot was, unfortunately. Yeah, they should have had something to cover that up, I think. But yeah, there's a good little shot of him. Let me see. Maybe I can do some measurements real quick too. Maybe we'll take some measurements. Hold on one sec. All right, people, just some quick measurements. Like I said, this guy's huge. First, we're going to start with him outside of the base. And I'm going to say about there to there. It's got about 24 inches in depth. It's crazy outside of the base. Max height is going to be the top of this stack right here. You got about 18 inches of height. All right. And let's swing her around. Watch out for those claws. Take a look at width. The width should be the same either way, so we'll just hop off in there. I'm gonna say about 16 inches, maybe 15 and a half inches on width. And now, last but not least, let's check depth with him back inside the chamber. All right, folks, so depth with him back in here, it's gonna be, let's see. Depth with him in is about 18 inches. So about 18 inches of depth is what you're gonna need with him inside the chamber. Real quick, we'll take a close-up look at the claws, and I think we'll be done here. All right, people, here's a close look at the claws. They come out nice. I think the openings on the fist look good. And these are really nice chrome sharp claws. Really, really happy with the claws on this. So yeah, there's a close-up on that, people. All right, folks, and there we are. I gotta say, even with the paint application issues and some of the design choices, I'm still pretty happy overall with this piece. Whether or not I'll keep it or sell it, not 100% yet. We'll have to see once I get the XM piece. I'm probably not gonna have room, so I might need to sell it anyway. But at the very least, if some people were curious about this piece, here we are. I also have their Juggernaut versus Wolverine piece on pre-order, so I will have a video up on that when it comes in. And yeah, that's pretty much it, people. I don't even know, these are sold out, I think, for the most part, so you probably have to get them secondhand price on eBay or something. But other than that, people, that is what I got for you. You guys stay sexy out there. I am out.